I'm making this video for myself and I'm just like, oh my gosh, I look freaking crazy and old and greasy, and I just woke up. My face does this weird thing in the morning and I've been sneezing. Whatever. So I'm thinking about this post I want to make. And then I started kind of like, I do this thing where I'll think about what I want to write. It's kind of like I'm having a conversation with people and I'm envisioning it. And then I started going on this tangent about living in Brooklyn. Oh, I know what it was. So there's so much stuff on my heart that I want to put out. And I've been really scared to use social media. Like, I'm afraid of being vulnerable, basically, I guess. And not vulnerable because I'm going to spill my guts or talk about like personal things, even though I don't care about that. It's more like, will people like it? And then I'm like, why am I worrying about that? And then I'm like, who am I worried about? And what's crazy is I'm actually worried about the people that I already know. That surfboard's like really close to that TV. I need to like move that. It's not good. But it's like the people I grew up with, it's almost like I'm afraid to get out of this box because of them. However, they're the first ones. You could call any of them and they'd be like, oh yeah. They call me Nikki or Nicole. I really want to change my name to Nixon though. But they would say, oh yeah, Nikki was always like marching to the beat of her own drum. I mean, I was super alty. I don't know if you guys had that in your high school, but I don't know, I guess it was kind of like a preppy, well, not even, like we had all different genres and styles at our school, but alternative was definitely a thing. This was in the 90s, so I was in school from high school 94 to 97, 93 to 94, 94, 95. Yeah, 93 to 97. And once this girl, I saw Linnea Mason. She was always so cute and had cute style. And I was like, where did you get those clothes? And she was like, oh, this place called Diggers, where you go and it's literally 50 cents for a pound of clothes. And I was like, oh, I'm doing that, because my mom would pay for us to go like skiing, but she wouldn't buy us clothes because I don't know. So I was like, okay, I need to take matters into my own hands. Didn't have that much money, but I had, some little jobs. I worked as a dishwasher and whatever. Sorry, my allergies. And so then I would go get these clothes, and then it's like, all right, game on. And I would make these outfits, and I was like nominated best dress, but never won it. But like, anyways, and then I had dreads sophomore year in the summer. And I was all about like skateboarding, very determined to like get good at that. I started snowboarding when I was 12, very determined to be good at that. I played ice hockey and did well at that. And I was always just kind of like a little bit out there. I wrote a lot, did a lot of like poetry, and just did whatever and wasn't worried about people judging me. Like I had wild hairstyles. And so anyways, my point is, why am I worried about what people back home are going to say when I feel like they will be my biggest supporters? Isn't that crazy? Is it like, am I afraid of letting them down, or I'm afraid of being the person they always knew I was? It's weird, right? So anyways, I wouldn't say I've been doom scrolling, but like I've been scrolling more lately, and I've come across two people in particular, Youngblood, the musician, and just he's like so out there, so raw and himself, and I feel like he's really authentic, like being true to who he is. And I say that because he's also very sweet and he's not rude to people. At least not now. I mean, the person I'm watching now, I think he's like 28. So that's inspiring me. And he's kind of just like, if you have something on your heart that you've been wanting to do, it's time, just do it. Then I did this breathwork class yesterday, and she quoted someone. She said, when you realize what you're supposed to be doing, start now. I kind of feel like I need to call and ask them what it was that she said. And I'm like, okay, I know what I need to do. It's been like on my heart for years, honestly. Screenplays, I need to write movies. There's a bunch of children's books I want to write. I want to do a podcast and social media. There's a couple different things I want to do with social media. And I've been on a journey. I'm adopted. There's a lot to that from when I was a kid. That I think is probably important to some people and would be helpful for some people. Just being a woman doing what I have done so far in my life, like playing ice hockey when I was the only girl on the team, joining the military. There's so much like perseverance and dedication that I had to have, and not worry about what people were thinking about me, which also makes it weird that I'm like worrying about that now, I guess it's more like I was doing it on in my mind, a smaller scale. But now it's like, well, if I put myself out there for the whole world to see, what could happen? Could be good. Could be helpful for people. So then the military's been interesting, and all the, like the community I was in, and just not wanting women around or whatever. And then the community I'm in right now, it's really bad. And I can get into that another time. But then the part about having kids, well, being married in the military, raising kids in the military, getting divorced, being a single mom in the military. I mean, it's been so hard getting through the divorce. And I'm still single, and like finding a partner has been a real struggle for me. My ex is already remarried, and I mean, that's a whole nother ball of wax I could get into, but at times I've been like, why does he get to find people, and I could psychoanalyze that, but I'm gonna skip past that right now. The point is, I'm like, why am I not finding someone? And it's like, okay, well, maybe I don't need somebody, but I would like to have somebody. I would like to go on like adventures and do stuff with someone. And I would like my kids to see what a healthy relationship looks like. I would like to present that for them, because I worry that their dad is giving them a very false view of that. So in terms of like what I want to do with social media, I want to inspire people, even though it's hard, to just, and if you're alone, you're a single parent, go do that thing or that stuff with your kids, if your job has long hours, like, we have to make time for our kids now. They're never going to be 5 again. They're never going to be 10 again. And God forbid they get to 10 like my son is, and I haven't spent enough time with him. Once his sister was born and I was going through the divorce, and then the demands of work, and some of the people I worked for just didn't care. And they're like, oh, well, you got to be there at 7 and you got to be at work till 4. So I would drop him off at 6:30 in the morning at daycare, and I would pick him up like he'd be one of the last kids to get picked up. And like the people there loved him and gave him hugs, and I feel like he really thrived. He was at a Montessori school, but over time it definitely took a toll on him. And I like just this feeling of abandonment, or like, where's my mom, because his dad was always gone working overseas. So anyways, that's another thing I want to do, really just inspiring people. When the odds seem against you, or society seems against you, or a community seems against you, F it, dude. Just like put the pedal to the floor, go full throttle, and don't hold back. And sometimes, I mean, I've definitely spoken up at times when it was like not received well. I've been not received well a lot in my life, so I guess like, why am I caring about that now? And I mean, look at me here. It's like zero prep. I might post this and I look, I mean, in my opinion, I look haggard, you know? There's like no filter on here. I'm just like, ooh. Mushroom coffee, by the way. I switched to the Rise coffee because normal coffee was really hurting my tummy. Yeah, so that's what I want to do, and I think it's time. Look, even my neck is all crazy. Whoa, people. Lotion, all right? Start lotion early. I'm thinking I should take a shower. I gotta go to work, and I have meetings this morning. So I guess my whole point of saying all this is that I want to have momentum behind this, and I want to have support. And it's okay if you don't support me, but if you do, and if you think this is a good idea, like, let me know. And let's just freaking do the thing, right? Let's go, like, high five. Yes. Thanks, bye. Oh, message me only if you have something positive to say, and definitely I want to hear positive things. This is my heart tattoo. Love. Live in love.